All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 3. This is the final match of our March Madness tournament. We got a series for you guys so far. It is Not Our President versus 7 Lively Sins. We are currently all knotted up at 1 game apiece. Ready and able to go into the final game as we are going to get ready for pick bands here. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So, Opie, what did you think of that last game?
I mean, it was just another dominant performance from 7LS. They made the adjustments, and I think we saw the adjustments right off the bat from Champ Select. That they made the choices they needed. They banned what they needed to. They picked up the Alistar, took that off of Bear Senor. And I think it was good. They ended up taking a couple other strong picks off of Bear Senor, so there wasn't quite as much playmaking to be had there. And then, like, the 7LS bot lane was able to get ahead and stay ahead. I think that was a huge key. So if they can do something similar to what they did last game, I think that'll be great. Now it's up to Not Our President to decide how they want to react, because there are several things that they can try and change up in this game, because you figure Kingston had no chance against this Alawi. The Bad Instincts on the Alawi was putting out so much damage, just constantly poking out the Ornn with the Test of Spirit. And I mean, there was just nothing you could do if you know. So I think that's going to be a ban that they're going to want to take out as well, because they don't want to give that over. I think, like both teams have done, picking up the Alistar first pick, a strong decision, but we'll end up seeing how NOP plays it out. It looks like everything's going to be pretty similar here, because we see a Kindred and a Xayah ban from NOP, an Anivia and a Brand ban from 7LS. The Morgana ban from Not Our President. Final ban from 7LS is Alistar, so they do take the Alistar off the table, so Bear Senor does not have that pick on his side.
Yeah, so again, sticking with the same bans for NOP, Xayah, Morgana, Kindred, just do not want to see those champions. And then Anivia, Brand, and now Alistar, taken away by 7 Lively Sins. Gonna go with the Warwick pick here for Hillary Clinton in the jungle. So,
I mean, I think once again it's something just like 7LS did. Take that pick away from the other team, the one you think is strong. As long as Hillary Clinton plays it to any sort of decent effect, it'll be fine. And it's a strong counter pick that it's something they don't have to worry about taking that ban away, because they just picked it instead.
Yep, so waiting that next pick from Bad Instincts and friends. I would expect the bot lane pick. That's what 7LS did the last time they were on red side. Pick a bot lane support or AD carry pretty early here. And there it is. That's a Thresh for Violet Sociocat. So going with the Thresh this time.
I like it, knowing that there's a Warwick. Thresh has a good kit to kind of keep Warwick out of the fight, essentially. Or if he lands an ult, you can fly him away, you can land the hook on him, you can just slow them with the ult to try and get them away. Lantern, Jirachi or Ult Instinct Goku out of the fight.
There's just a lot of utility with the Thresh, and we're going to see again the Jinx for Jirachi. If it ain't broken, why change it, you know? So Jinx again for Jirachi, Thresh to go along for Violet Sociocat. That's a pretty strong bot lane. I like the utility that the Thresh brings.
I mean, I'm honestly a little bit surprised that they ended up sticking with the Jinx. I mean, it is a strong pick for Jirachi. But I think there are other champions, like we saw in the first game, got behind and just couldn't couldn't stay in the game once she got behind. Did farm up really well, was ahead in farm, but just wasn't with the team most of the time. And when she was near, she ended up blowing flashes most of the time and wasn't able to be effective in that first game. Second game, obviously adjusted, but was not super effective in the first game. So I think as long as they have another strong early game, they'll be fine. But now they're going to be up against a Misfortune and Rakan, which is a really strong early dueling comp. Because Rakan lands any sort of CC on you, good luck.
Yeah.
And then Misfortune has plenty of early damage with double up.
Yep, and the Wombo later, if you can pull that off. But we're going to see, again, that Alawi coming back for Bad Instincts. This could spell trouble for Not Our President, as Bad Instincts and Alawi were able to put the beat down onto Kingston HyperX in the top lane. And at one point, I think he was just not really carrying and just kind of running around under the tower. The Test of Spirit really doing a lot of damage. Again, we saw that kill onto the Karma from the last game when really just the damage from it just is able to get the kill.
Yeah, and I think that's a very good pick for 7LS. They picked it before the second ban phase, because I'm pretty sure if the Alawi hadn't been picked, it would have been a ban in this second phase. I just think NOP put more pressure towards the Kindred Zaya Morgana as well. So, but Alawi sneaking through for 7LS. It does give Kingston HyperX the opportunity to pick a better laner into the Alawi as well. So we'll see what they kind of choose to counter that with. Maybe it'll be something stronger in lane. Maybe it'll just be something more built for fighting, team fighting a little bit better. We'll see how it goes from there. But a Xerath ban from 7LS, Echo followed up from NOP. They don't want to see that in the mid lane again. Ziggs banned out by 7LS, and Zed final ban again. So don't want to see Ult Instinct Goku on the Zed.
I think Greg just doesn't like things sitting on him.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
doesn't like the assassins.
Yeah.
Whereas 7LS doesn't want Greg on any of those long range casts.
And see, here's what I think if I'm Ult Instinct Goku. I go something like Talon or Fizz, another assassin that I'm pretty sure Ult Instinct Goku can play. Actually, I know he can play Talon. Well, I'm pretty sure he can play Talon. But I would go again with another assassin and just be like, Greg, we know you don't like it, but you're dealing with it anyways. And we're going to see a Galio instead out of Ult Instinct Goku. That, I think, is an interesting choice.
I think they're going more or less again with the let's get this all-in fight going. Let's get this beefy front line going with an all-in fight potential. There's not quite as much assassin potential since there's not an Echo, which could be an issue, but
They could go
if you
Kayn.
have Galio ult on top of Alawi, that's a dirty combination.
You could still go Kayn here. And that actually would be a pick I would very much consider if you're 7LS. Because you have the Kayn go in, Galio follows along with Alawi. We're going to see Zoe for Gurg 7. Oh my goodness.
That's going to be a spicy one. Because, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like Zoe is a feast or famine.
Yeah.
And I think it's almost going to be kind of hard because you're versus a Galio. And you're going to be versus a Galio in lane, and
A Thresh and Alawi.
you're not going to just one-shot anybody.
We're going to see Malphite for Kingston HyperX. So it looks like the Wombo is on for and Not Our President. Malphite, Warwick, Rakan diving in with a Misfortune ult over a wall or something, along with a Zoe.
I mean, that can be a really strong engage comp. Malphite into Alawi.
That's going to be
not
rough.
The greatest pick.
No.
Yeah, definitely not the greatest pick in the world.
You're looking to team fight here and just let Alawi split push, I think.
yeah, basically you're just saying Kingston, give up the early game. You've kind of lost it.
Yeah.
And then let's just get to that late game fight, make a nice teleport play, land a brutal, 4 or 5 man Malphite ult, turn the team fight around, and then go from there.
Jarvan is the last pick. J2376846. Yeah,
I don't know if that's it.
Yeah. I don't think that's the last of the numbers. Anyways, J4 picked by New Turk. So you have J4, Alawi, Galio, and Thresh, all to protect a Jinx. 4 tanks and a Jinx. How about them apples?
Oh, but yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how both of these comps end up turning out, because it's really interesting comps. Everything's kind of changed up a little bit from both teams, other than the Jinx. I think the Jinx is like the one thing that stayed the same throughout the whole time. We have an Alawi coming back, but overall, it's changes from both teams, because neither one kind of let the same picks end up going through this time.
Yeah, so again, final game of March Madness. We have a little bit of things in chat. Violet Sociocat playing Thresh with a Galio, equal trouble. You're probably not wrong, to be honest with you. Violet Sociocat has proven to be pretty adept at these picks.
Yeah. Thresh, once again, super playmaking support, especially when it comes to early. You get that flash play into a predicted hook.
Or flash hook into a flay.
So dirty.
Like, there's so much utility with the Thresh as we see somebody screw up here.
Oh.
Violet Sociocat has left the game, and Jirachi...
They banned the Warwick. They banned the Warwick.
Sebastian with the screw-ups yet again.
Hillary Clinton stating they win because it was a forfeit.
Unfortunately, Hillary Clinton, that is not how elections work. No forfeits allowed. Am I right?
Get out. Here we go. We're gonna try this again now.
Try this one more time. Well, I don't know about you, but this March Madness tournament has been a whole lot of fun. And I'm excited to see what we're gonna get in the season 4 of PMA LCS.
Yeah, and I mean, I think this has been a really good sort of proving ground kind of tournament, because we've seen some new faces come out. We've seen some new faces do really well. We've seen some kind of underperformances from people and teams that you might have expected to end up being a little bit higher in this tournament.
Yeah, so,
and I mean, I think overall the teams were very balanced with how the drafting and everything went. Now, I know the way we had it, everybody got picked. Not necessarily going to be the case with the next split, but everybody got picked here, and with how it all went down, I think all of the teams ended up very even in how they were.
Yeah, for the most part, I would agree with that. Also, keep in mind that we are going to be back tomorrow evening at, I guess it's 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That's 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to watch some Clash tournaments. That's right, you heard it. We are going to be streaming Clash tournaments on PMA LCS. I and whoever else will be following along as PMA LCS will form some teams and enter them into the Clash tournaments that is on the Riot client. And we are going to see how we do against other people. Should be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
and then we'll tell you the teams that have been formed later on at the end of this stream. So it'll be a good time. Fun will be had by all.
Except for those who get crushed under our feet.
That's true. It's going to be interesting too, because it's not going to be like we could enter like people with we could enter a diamond with a bunch of like bronze and silvers. No, they're going to divide teams up by tiers, kind of similarly to how PMA LCS divides players by tiers. And so players of a similar tier are all going to end up in the same bracket as each other. So we should actually see some really competitive matches. So those teams of ours that are in like maybe low or mid to low silver and bronze are going to be playing against other teams that are a bit mid to low silver and bronze. And I think that's a very interesting concept, especially to bring organized tournament play to those lower levels. And then of course we're going to have our higher level groups that are diamonds and platinums. So it'll be fun. I'm excited. I'm probably not going to get any sleep between now and whenever. But we're ready to go. We're all locked in. Bear Senor still showing the Ignite. Zoe showing Ignite as well. Galio with a TP and Thresh with an Ignite. Everyone else pretty much standard. As my stream is crashing. Ripperonis and pepperonis. Stream, why you do this?
You know, it happened.
Are we back?
But looks like it.
Yeah, it should be. Well, maybe it's still jumping up and down. And it looks like it's stabilized. Yay! I don't know why for like 2 seconds there it just like freaked out. Anyways. Oh. Clash mode tournaments, those will be tomorrow. But we have a game at hand right here. So, what, in your opinion, is going to be the win condition for Not Our President? How are they going to be able to close this series out and pick up game number 3?
I think they need to get Greg ahead. I mean, because like I said, I don't think into 7LS's team, I don't think Zoe was necessarily the greatest pick. It's every champion's all dependent on how you use it, obviously. But I don't think it was the greatest pick in the world, just because you have a beefy Galio. Jarvan may be getting beefy. He might, from what we've seen, New Capiturk looks like they like to go kind of damagey. But then Alawi, while getting damage, also gets a little bit beefy. And so does Thresh, but if Greg on this Zoe is able to kind of get rolling, I think that'll kind of take over a game, because you get the Zoe roams to another lane. If you land a Sleepy Trouble Bubble onto a Jinx, that's a dead Jinx. Because you land, a Zoe cute paddle star, and you land anything from Misfortune, whether it's an ult or just a Q or one auto attack for that means it spells immediate death for Jinx.
Yeah.
Even with Thresh trying to be there to save, it's gonna hurt. And if they can get any sort of wombo combos with Bear Senor and Fudgy Ditters going, not to mention a Malphite on top of that, that will help them out immensely if they can get into those team fights, and Bear Senor can round them all up with the Rakan ult.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential, I think, for the Wombo. Something I noticed is that if they get a little bit of armor, they should be able to handle the team fight for 7LS. You have Alawi, Jarvan, Jinx, and sort of Thresh, but that's a lot of attack damage right there. The Galio, if it goes tanky, if it builds like a tank, it's not going to have a whole lot of AP damage, and that is going to tilt the scales just a little bit. But for 7LS, what do you think they can do to finish this game off?
I mean, once again, it's kind of a let the Jinx scale. You've got Jarvan to kind of catch, the non-escape Zoe, and then the not much of an escape Misfortune as well. And I mean, you've got I forget what Dylan calls it, but you've got the Jarvan Alawi combo with a Galio on top of that, not to mention. So as much, and I know we've got Karut in the chat saying it's up to Jirachi to win. As much as I want to say it's up to Jirachi to win this, I think a lot of it's going to come down to how. Because I think the Jarvan is going to be key in setting up those fights so they trap in members of NOP, so that way Jirachi can free hit them. And then once you get that engage from Jarvan, you've got a Gallia Ult on top. And then it's just freelo from there if they can wombo it.
Yeah, I agree there. That is the greatest skin I've ever seen in my life. Ult Instinct Goku wearing the chicken skin.
Birdo. Birdio.
Alright, so who do you have winning here? Man, everybody has a skin in this game.
Honestly, I think I've got 7LS winning this. Just because Alawi's going to take over the top lane. If Jarvan can get ahead and set up some ganks and get the Jinx ahead, I think that's going to just spell immediate doom. But, like I was saying, there's win conditions for both teams. They both have taken a game and had it go strong in their favor for both of those games, so they both adjusted, and it's two completely different team comps this time, so we'll see who adjusts better.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with 7LS purely because of that Galio skin. I like that skin. I hope they dance in the mid lane because I want to watch that. Win or lose, doesn't matter. Fuck Eric. Same, agree.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
But I love Eric. Shut the fuck up. Okay, you're off, green team. Oh, snap. The commissioner has spoken.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I love plants. We have lots of pings, no invades, and nothing entertaining. This is entertaining, though. Let's watch the chicken. Why are you not dancing? Dance. Dance, you silly chicken. Oh my god. I have now switched my vote. My vote is for NOP to win. Fuck that chicken.
Chicken gets reported.
Report the chicken. No chicken dinners for you. I need to take that over to KFC here and get it some deep fried chicken.
That sounds really delicious right about now.
Yeah, I'm kind of lucky there. I'm pretty hungry. Lucky for me though, I have leftover Chinese food that is going to be delicious. So. And Warwick gonna bypass the chickens and go straight for his blue buff, as Ult Instinct Goku is gonna miss the paddle star. Ooh, double up gonna hit Jirachi, and Fudgy Ditters get some early damage down. That's almost a third of the health bar. Now Jirachi's below half health. Another double up's gonna hit, and Jirachi. Wow.
That's a little bit of damage.
Cloud Drake, first dragon to spawn. It's the first time we've seen a Cloud Drake in this series. It's been all infernals and mountains and other garbage. Alright, looks like Bear Senor opted for gold trinket or gold item rather than the blue support item. Sleepy Trouble Bubble is gonna miss Ult Instinct Goku, and no combo there for Grade 7.
Yeah, and I mean you've got that magic damage shield too on Ult Instinct Goku, so it's just one more thing to try and get through on a beefy Galio.
I'm thinking T-Bell or White Castle sounds good. I disagree with the T-Bell right there. White Castle, sure.
What?
T-Bell, though, no.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't like the fiery poops. I'm just saying.
If you want fiery poops, you go to Chipotle. If you want wonderful next morning poops, you go to T-Bell.
I get the fiery poops at T-Bell. So.
T-Bell's like a baby step into like Chipotle or
Play forward by Violet Sosukat. Fudgy Dirt is going to flash over the Chompers from Jirachi as they still haven't hit level 3 in the bot lane. Fudgy Ditters and Bear Senor as Violet Sosukat and Jirachi have hit level 3. Oh, now they hit level 3. As Sleepy Bubble hits Ult Instinct Goku, but the Paddle Star tickles.
That is so troll. That is absolutely insane. That you hit the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, and then you have the taunt go.
Hillary Clinton has been trapped in. Taunt is going to get hit. Flash forward, and the Death Sentence is going to land, and Hillary Clinton is going to get taken down for first blood. That would be J4 picking up the kill. So new Kappa Turk.
Yep. That's
first blood.
Definitely not good for NOP.
Yeah, the Warwick gonna be a bit behind now.
Like I said, I thought J4 needs to get ahead to be able to do some damage, and now you just gave J4 a kill. I won't say you gave J4 a kill, but like
they earned
ended
a kill.
Rotating well, and they got that kill by rotating up and catching out Hillary Clinton there.
But Jirachi did give up a bit of farm over to Fudgy Ditters. And Fudgy Ditters is landing a lot of double ups here on Violet Sociocat. And there goes another one on to Jirachi. Bullets can bend in this game, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean,
because what are physics?
This early game, I think, is definitely gonna go over to the Rakan and hopefully at 6, in order to kind of counteract any late game, Fudgy Ditters and Bear Senor are gonna be looking for, you know, that super strong engage to counteract all that and maybe push themselves ahead.
Meanwhile, farm leads for pretty much everybody on NOP. Top lane just slightly behind. So, yeah, so far keeping up in farm, but again, that early kill. The flash forward by Ult Instinct Goku definitely secured it, along with the Death Sentence. As Jirachi gets hit with another double up. Those are starting to take their toll. But Fudgy Ditters is now out of mana, so might need to slow down with the double ups.
Nah. He just needs to back and get more mana, get some damage. I'm curious to see what Fudgy Ditter's build is going to be this game. Because I've been seeing a lot more of the just straight up crit MF. So I'm interested to see if that's the route that he chooses to go with it.
Another double up going to land on Jirachi. As not a whole lot going on from both junglers, just kind of farming in the jungle. Pink ward placed out on the map by Ult Instinct Goku. That double up not in range, not going to hit.
Yeah, and in the bot lane, they both have about 15 to 1800 gold to spend at this point, so they're looking to, you know, back hopefully soon to try and get some pressure down and be able to get the damage.
And Meanwhile, top lane, Malawi getting the test spirit out on the Kingston HyperX, and the damage again going out. And that is quite a ways pushing into his tower.
And again, the test of spirit comes out.
But that's just free damage, just out of range. And now gets turned into a vessel. Bad Instincts putting out the work on this Alawi early. And Kingston is now falling pretty behind in farm.
Kingston is just allowing this to happen. Not running out of range to try and cut out some of the damage from Test of Spirit. Is just staying in range and soaking up all of that damage when it happens.
Alright, looks like blue team is wanting to think about this dragon. It is only a Cloud Drake, but Cloud Drakes now do provide permanent move speed, even in combat stats, so that'll help.
Yeah, it'll help them rotate around the map, which I think is be a huge plus for NOP.
Yep. Bear Senor and Hillary Clinton are going to do it. But that little scuttle, can that see that?
I don't think it sees them doing it. And they got it.
Oh, they did
Hillary
not.
Clinton is stuck in the pit.
And just jumps out.
And it just, yeah. Just
That was
out.
actually the ult. Infinite duress
Was a little
used
scared, but yeah.
to jump out of the pit. As another bullet bend goes on to Jirachi. That's taking about an 8th of the health bar right now. So early Cloud Drake for Khan, who's actually the one who's slaying it. Kirk 7 gonna walk in, burn the cleanse, and then miss the Paddle Star.
Yeah, see, Bear Senor's looking for that engage to try and hop in there. Just not finding anything as of
Yeah,
yet.
they're a little too
Lots
close
of
to the
kites
tower. Just a little too close to the tower to make that one safe for Bear Senor, as those tentacles are just smacking waves.
Ooh, there you go. That's about a 4th of the health bar of Jirachi there with the double up and the comet as well.
Yep. Getting a lot of these double ups to land, that's really helping the situation. As we go back top lane, again, Test of Spirit coming out onto Kingston. Bad Instincts here, pretty much full health, and just taking the vessel down. That's how, or the spirit, and smacking with the tentacles even some more. Where's Dylan when you need him?
And Hillary Clinton's just running back and forth here. I don't know what he's doing. He's spotted on 2 pink wards.
Still a bit of indecision right here. And New Kappa Turks in the vicinity would be more than able to collapse.
Still standing on that same pink ward there.
Here they come. New Kappa Turk. Violet Sociocat is rotating over as well.
Doesn't go through the bush, so still doesn't see the pink ward. I'm very invested. Nope, still hasn't found the pink ward.
Found the pink
Stayed
ward.
around that area with nothing else to do.
Wow.
For a good 30 seconds.
Yeah, just a bit of indecision there. That's not helping. Kingston again taking more damage under his tower. Bad Instincts just not caring. Almost turns HyperX into a vessel, but running out. As look at that double up.
That's a 1/3 of the health bar right there from one double up.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yikes indeed.
You get one more of those and a clean recon engage, and whew, and that spells instant death for Jirachi on that Jinx.
Meanwhile, in the top lane, Kingston is now down 30 CS. But the rest of his mid laner and his bot laner have picked up little CS leads for themselves. About 20 apiece, so. But the jungler is also down about 20 as well. Here comes the teleport. They're going to hit the hook onto Fudgy Jitters. Fudgy Jitters is going to get knocked up by the ultimate from Ult Instinct Goku, and the TP has been canceled. Bear Senor gonna get hit by the Mega Rocket, but he's not gonna die, as New Kappa Turk has rotated over. And again, the pressure is on first turret here, as there's a 5-man bot play on.
Do an instant replay of that one. That was an incredible flash predict by Violet Sociocat. Landing that hook.
Unfortunately, the replays are down at the moment, so no replays at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay. We got him while we can.
Well, we're going to get the taunt in, and here comes the suppression, infinite duress onto Hillary Clinton, but underneath the tower, and they're just taking so much damage. Violet Sociocat going to get taken down, as Fudgy Ditters is going to get the kill here, but old Pad Instincts is just smacking people with tentacles, and Kingston HyperX is going to get taken down.
Wow.
That's a double kill for Bad Instincts, as Bad Instincts is going to take more damage, but Jirachi is still alive. The tower is finally going to fall. Gurk7 going to get killed here, and then finally Bear Senor, and that is an ace for 2 and a tower.
Holy wow, Batman. Bad Instincts coming in there, just getting out of turret range, hitting 3 people with the ult, and able to survive through the damage from Misfortune and from, I believe it was Gurg7 as well. Just able to survive all that damage and pick up a double kill. Wow. That was impressive.
Yeah.
Just an honestly, a needless stay at the tower for NOP. They had already lost one, and they, had been out-rotated at this point, so they took a fight a little over-aggressively.
I don't know about that, because New Kappa Turk was coming around the side and cutting them off, so it was almost like they had to go for it. Otherwise, they're just gonna, at least another person was gonna get caught underneath the tower. And then, as General Dill's saying, there is no grievous wounds, so there is no reduced healing on the Alawi ult. So Alawi is allowed to get all of that healing back. I mean, there were about 2 or 3 times where you're like, Alawi could die here, but then she just didn't. As that is an Infernal Drake that has spawned.
Well, yeah, when she had 3 or 4 tentacles hitting 3 or 4 people all at the same time,
Yeah,
that's going to be a lot of healing.
there's just no chance. As the dragon has been procced, it's gonna get hit by the sleepy bubble, but that doesn't do anything. As here comes the Alawi. Leap of Faith is back up, and we could be on for more shenanigans. As New Kappa Turk and friends are gonna try and burn this dragon down, and they know about it. Are they gonna come around? Here comes Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is not fast, gonna get taunted and zoned off, and hit by the death sentence, gets knocked up, and Hillary Clinton taken down by Cult Instinct Goku.
Yeah, a nice zoning there from Cult Instinct Goku. Landed the taunt as Hillary Clinton was trying to run past, and then you just get a hook into Violet Sociocat, which just spelled death. There was no way around it at that point. Hillary Clinton does not have the, health nor stats to be able to survive any of that as of yet.
Gurk7, though, does have a completed loot in Zeko. So now some of that wave clear is starting to get here for not our president. Lucky Ditters.
Teleport comes out from Old Instinct Goku.
But this tower top lane. The Jirachi is just pushing bot by themselves. But New Kappa Turk, 4-0-2 at the moment. 3-0-3 Alawi. This top side of the map doing a whole lot of damage. As Old Instinct Goku getting hit by the sleepy bubble. We are in a fight right here. He's gonna get yanked out by the lantern. As Bear Senor are gonna get turned into a vessel.
Yeah, it's something to notice right now. Fudgy Dieters is actually up about 25 CS on Jirachi and has a kill over as well, so
Was it just me or was that?
realistically not much gold ahead, but since Fudgy Ditters has the Duskblade doing pretty well for themselves right now.
Was it just me, or was that chicken frying more chicken?
Didn't see it. The Rift Herald is up and available. Gonna be resetting here in 2 minutes, so...
And the call is on by 7 Lively Sins. Kingston HyperX is gonna get missed the death sentence, but blue team should know about this. They may just give it up, as it looks like 7 Lively Sins has a pretty good grasp of this one. Violet Sociat gonna get hit by the Sleepy Bubble, but not gonna get hit by the Paddle Star, as somebody picked up the Rift Herald. That would be Ult Instinct or New Capitur. Knock up by Bear Senor. Gonna get hit by the Death Sentence. He's gonna dash back, and Hillary Clinton a little bit out of position here. Gonna take a lot of damage. Sleepy Bubble doesn't hit anybody, as it looks like the 5-member pushes on. Malawi is going to be allowed to take the tower in the top lane.
Yeah, we're just seeing really good grouping from 7LS here. They've just been grouping for all the objectives.
Bear Senor just gets a pick onto New Capitur, who falls asleep under the tower after he takes the lantern. And that was the end of that trade, as HyperX is 2 levels down on Bad Instincts, and this could be kind of perilous. That was questionable. And here comes the Leap of Faith. Leap of Faith going out onto Kingston. Kingston's going to use Unstoppable Force to get over the wall, but he's going to get turned into a vessel. Or not. He didn't get turned into a vessel. Interesting. Gonna be able to back here, but Bad Instinct's gonna now turn around and run. Bear Senor here, gonna get the knockup. No, misses the knockup. Gonna get slowed, but the Rift Herald has been spawned mid lane, and can't chase anymore because we gotta go defend mid. In goes the charge, and that tower is gone. And there goes Rift Herald for number 2, as Baron has now spawned. 7 Lively Sins running immediately for it. Zoe has to back out of mana.
I mean, I don't know if they can, because if they back right now, they just lose everything.
But here comes the Death Sentence. Lands on Bear Senor as this fight is going out, and it is crazy amounts of damage. Ult Instinct Goku gonna get the knockup here, but no one has died yet except Hillary Clinton is so low. Hillary Clinton gonna get taken down by Jirachi. And Bear Senor was also taken down.
Yeah, what looked like a great ult from Fudgy Ditters. Just wasn't able to do enough damage. He got the Gallia ult coming in and kind of saved and zoned everybody out. New Capitur and Ult Instinct Goku were able to escape with their lives, and now they're going to pick up Baron.
Kingston HyperX is, for whatever reason here, gonna go in and almost gets a kill onto, but he has prevented the Baron now, as the team has got to back away. Shutdown gonna get on Bad Instincts, as Gurk7 is taking damage here. They're gonna get the Sleepy Bubble onto Ult Instinct Goku, and the damage is coming out, but no, it's not enough, and Ult Instinct Goku is gonna be able to get away with his life. Oops. Just has a sliver of health, 74 health here now, but that ult by Kingston HyperX prevented the Baron. But now they're going to try and do it. I don't think they have the tank stats for this. This is risky. New Capitur is here. New Capitur will probably go over the wall. There's a rocket. Hillary Clinton is going to need to back out now. You can't keep doing this. Ult Instinct Goku here. He is going to miss Bear Senor, but he is now such a big tank that Kingston is now trapped behind enemy lines. He's going to get the kill. Yes, he does get the kill on New Capitur, and he's still alive. Zap, though, is going to hit him from downtown. As back to the Baron we go, and this has been non-stop action. Bad Instincts taking the tower here as Ult's coming over from Fudgy Ditters. Fudgy Ditters is going to get the kill on Violet Sociat, but Fudgy Ditters is going to get taken down by Jirachi, and again the Baron has been prevented.
Red team's turret
Wow. And see, at this point, it's yes, the game is definitely in the favor of 7LS. They're up by like 6k, 5k gold at this point, but one Baron slip up, and it could easily switch the game around, and it could be in the favor of NOP again. If it, you know, for whatever reason, NOP tries to do it, gets caught, gets aced, and then 7LS takes the Baron, that could just mean game over.
Alright, we're going to go back to a live replay of the beginning of all of these shenanigans, so let's watch this. And running immediately for it. Zoe has to back, out of mana.
I mean, I don't know if they can, because if they back right now, they just...
Oh, but here comes the Death Sentence, lands on Bear Senor. Well, that replay was all muffed up. Anyways, we tried.
It's still a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. We tried. But we saw Bear Senor get hooked by Violet Cat at the beginning of that fight. And all the action that followed, we did not get. And back for round 2. Here comes the Baron fight again. The team is running from bot lane. Are they going to get here in time? No one knows.
I don't think so.
No, they might.
Oh, no,
here they come. Bear Senor leading the way. Fudgy
out.
Ditter's now leading the way. The cage is going to block him out, but they're going to go up to the top side. In goes Kingston HyperX. He is going to ult in. The Baron is so low. The Baron is smited by a new Kappa Turk, though. Ult coming out from Fudgy Ditters. He's going to get the full bullet time off, but no members of Team LS, 7LS have died, whereas Hillary Clinton and Kingston have been taken down. Gurk 7 is so low. He is going to get turned into a vessel. He's been turned into a vessel, and Violet Cat falls asleep, but the push is now on. Bad instance.
Yeah.
It's so big. Has so much health.
If they could have grabbed it and somehow managed to get out, it would have been great. It would have been amazing for them. Even if they got it on only 2 members. But the fight just did not go the way they wanted to. They were zoned out for so long. 7LS is getting pretty beefy at this point. And they just, yeah, there was no secure on the Baron, and then once they got into the pit, there was just no way they were getting out with the Galio and a J4 and the Alawi damage.
Ooh. Almost got the steal there with the paddle star, but unfortunately was not enough. So if you are not our president, you're down now 9k gold now. What are you looking to do to slow this game down to hope to catch up?
You've got to get picks, because you are not able to win these team fights at all, as we've seen for the last couple. They know that. They know that they can't win these team fights, so they have to somehow try and get a pick somewhere. They just have to. There's nothing else they can do unless they're trying to get a pick onto, well, hopefully Jinx, but at this point, Jinx has a Guardian Angel, so you get the kill, guess what? She's coming back alive, and she's 5-0-10.
Jirachi right now just popping off on this Jinx. Showing again why it should have been considered for a ban, but wasn't.
And you've got the top jungle and mid laner from 7LS are 4-1 and 7, 4-1 and 8, and 4-1 and 9. So kills pretty evenly distributed there, and your support is 0-2 and 13. So definitely be doing some work there as well.
As we see the team, looks like they're rotating back and forth. There's a pretty sizable wave top lane for not our president. So he jumps into a group of them. Kingston HyperX is going to get hooked here, and Malphite is just deleted by Ult Instinct Goku. Violet Cat eats the paddle star with her face, but the turret is going to fall asleep. There goes Ult Instinct Goku, and in goes the Jarvan. All the CC is being burned on the Jarvan. But there goes the jump from Ult Instinct Goku and Cataclysm from New Kappa Turk and the rocket from Jirachi. But the inhibitor and the turret have been taken down. And somebody is TPing top. That looks like Ult Instinct Goku. So they're not going to lose their top turret either. And the bot pushes on. While there's supers in the middle. Like the pushes are on just from everywhere. I don't honestly know.
It was a nice escape, so they didn't get caught in the J4 Cataclysm and the Galio ult as well. So NOP was able to escape that, only losing Kingston, who was just caught previously. Just not tanky enough to survive any sort of engage there. I mean, most of their damage is AD at this point, and that's what Kingston is building. Looks like going to be trying to finish up the Sunfire Cape soon. Has the Frozen Heart as well.
Yeah,
but I think Kingston just needs to get some more health at this point.
Yeah, we have chat saying Kingston, no Bramble Vest. Which it would be a good call here. You have an Alawi, a J4, and a Jinx, as we were saying earlier. A lot of attack damage. If you build armor, you might be able to withstand the tankiness, but he's so far behind in gold that he's just trying to get whatever he can get right now. And again, 5 to 18 in kills right now. 39k to 59 or 51k gold differentials. Kingston is bot lane, trying to take on Bad Instincts as MF clears the waves mid lane. Somehow doesn't touch the sleepy bubble.
I mean, it's still completely possible that they come back and win a nice fight and stall it out. That's what NOP has been known for. But it's going to take some really crucial team fighting in order to do so. And hopefully they can try and land some catches. Maybe Gerg7 can land, you know, a Sleepy Trouble Bubble on a good target.
Bad Instincts again turning HyperX into a Spirit. Gonna try and get it in, but nope. The armor now is starting to help. But he's only got a Frozen Heart and a Sunfire Cape as we see a pause. Jirachi paused the game. R question mark. Alright, so 30 minutes in, 5 to 18, they're down 13k gold. Can they come back?
In all honesty, do I think they can? No. But is it possible? Yes.
How?
Like I said, they have to somehow split them up, get a 5v3 or a 5v4 even, and to win that fight with Alawi not there. Yes, you're going to give up an inhib tower or an inhib even, but you'll win that fight and then maybe you can try and take something from there.
He gave up both inhibs as Alawi is now just on his own. Unstoppable Force in by Kingston HyperX. There goes Rakan in as well, but the Cataclysm by New Kappa Turk onto the team as they're going to be a kill right there. But the inhibitors are gone bot lane. There goes the bullet time, but Jirachi is going to take down Fudgy Ditters as Bear Senor are going to get the knock up here. But meanwhile, bot lane, Alawi is just taking whatever. Gets turned into a vessel and Violet Sosakat's still alive. HyperX is so low. And the turrets are falling now. Gerg7 tries to go in. Tries to pop Violet Sosakat. Was unable to get that paddle star either. That bubble is not going to miss. Both towers are gone. And we have more fighting as Violet Sosakat is going to get taken down here. Bad Instincts, but Jirachi is just popping off. Jirachi gonna get the triple kill. Jirachi going in on HyperX is gonna be able to get this kill. Jirachi will get the kill. Jirachi is legendary. Knock up onto Fudgy Gitters, and will this be? No, it's not. It's the double kill. But that is the end of the game. Not our president. And 7 Lively Sins picks up the win, wins the March Madness tournament. Just run Brand mid and win. 3 tanks and a hyper carry.
Brand was banned, Dylan.
Yeah. All right, let's go back.
And
Popping off Jirachi.
because
Gonna
they
get
had
the triple kill. Jirachi
super strong
going in
for
on
him.
HyperX. Gonna be able to get this kill. Jirachi will get the kill. Jirachi is legendary. Knock up onto Fudge
Well
Hitters
played
and
from 7
will
LS. They made the adjustment after that first game, and then were able to translate that over in the second game as well.
Right,
Picking up the win. 7 lively sins are your winners for this March Madness tournament. Congratulations.
hooray. That replay, Craigasm. Yeah, the replay, I will be quite honest with you all, it is very rough still. It's very rough. I have audio coming out of somewhere. I have more audio playing over the top, and I have to find a way to isolate audio and make it all work. But I'm working hard on it. I hope you all enjoyed the first live rollout of replays. Yeah, I think I know a way to do it, but I need 2 computers, and I don't have 2 computers right now. Anyways, we're going to look at some damage numbers here right now. We have poll for Final Series MVP, Bad Instincts, New Capaturk, Ult Instincts Goku, Jirachi, or Violet Sociocat. Get your votes in the poll that's in the chat. Let us know who you thought was the MVP for the Final Series. Well played to both teams. Let's take a look at some final numbers for this last game. And we have Fudgy Ditters leading the way with damage to champions. Interestingly enough, 24,000 damage to champions, almost 25k damage, which was the most in the game by about 5,000 damage. So Fudgy Ditters is doing the damage, but the tanks and the front line for 7LS were just doing such a good job screening all of that damage off.
Yeah, it was just like by the time they were able to get to those fights, and Fudgy Ditters definitely was able to land several good ults, but the tanks from 7LS were just further ahead and were able to soak up the damage so much better, and they weren't able to get the kills even with a fully channeled MF ult on top of them. So it was just a little bit too late at that point.
Yeah. All right, we see damage coming out for Jirachi. Jirachi did 19,000 damage to champions, and then Alawi 18,000 damage to champions. Switching over to that Alawi pick, I think really allowed 7LS to start taking control of the map. I don't know about you, but I think Alawi, with Bad Instincts, kind of becoming the signature champion for him, has a bit of tankiness, can 1v1, can just dominate lanes, almost becoming a must ban for me. What do you think?
Yeah, and there was just no good counter pick to it. They picked, yes, the first game I think the Alawi was picked after the Ornn, if I'm correct. So it was kind of a counter pick to that, but then you pick a Malphite into it. I understand trying to go more for the team fight aspect, but you pick a Malphite into it, which just cannot stand up to an Alawi. And Kingston, yes, played well first game, tried to do his best in the team fights in those second 2 games, but just got shut down so hard early. Got the test of spirit what seemed like every single time it hit, and then would end up just taking so much damage in lane, took so much pressure out, ended up getting behind in farm a couple times, and then Bad Instincts was just able to kind of take over that lane, split push like crazy. And as we saw in a couple of those team fights, and like that roam in the last game, and the bot lane tower dive, able to just 3v1 at that point because he's an Alawi. So very well played there. Bad Instincts for me, I think MVP.
Yeah,
That's who I'm voting for.
I voted for Violet Sociocat, mostly because I know what the value she brings to her team, the shot calling ability, the the general play, the setups. We saw Bear Senor get hooked by a couple very good death sentences. And then, of course, the Alistair game number 2, kind of started taking over the jungle, taking over vision control, really setting things up well for the rest of her team to take advantage of. Allowed new Capaturk to move around the map effectively. Was a very effective screen for Jirachi in this game 3. 10, 0, and 12 for Jirachi, but 0, 3, and 18 for Violet Sociocat, meaning Violet Sociocat is involved in 18 of the 24 kills. Jirachi was involved in 22 of 24 kills, also super impressive. But I don't think Jirachi gets that many kills without Violet Sociocat helping so much.
Well, yeah, and just having that insanely beefy front line. Jirachi just wasn't touched that second game until the very end. That was just because they were like, okay, we're ending it, so they just kind of pushed forward anyways, and it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
But like just absolutely not touched the entire game. So it was very well played by the entire team of 7LS to ensure that that was the case.
Yes. Yeah, so well played all around. Ult Instinct Goku holding his own, playing different styles of champions. Echo one game. What did he play game number 1? What was that? I don't even remember. Azir game number 1. Galio game number 3. Like, all over the place. So, different styles. And
played very well on the Echo. The Azir game just kind of got a little behind, got a solo kill on him and got a little behind there, and just overall the team play wasn't there. But second game came back with the Echo, played strong. This game did really well being the front line, had a couple of great flash taunts as well to help secure kills. Very good team play from Instinct Goku this game as well.
Yeah, so Azir needs items, sadly. Yeah, no, I think the early shenanigans in that game pretty much prevented Azir from doing what Azir needed to do. As we are trying to do whatever. Anyways, we're gonna move over to player of the game interviews. So yeah, moving on to player of the game interviews. I don't know who was the winner of the MVP poll. Somebody else can look that up. I am not really wanting to look that up right now. Anyways, moving up. Hey, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, and others, on your well-deserved win.
The team where all three apply.
Yes. Anyways, congratulations. How do you guys feel?
It's fucking over.
Hyphy and God, I'm gonna miss this team.
Yeah, it seems
3 for 4, baby. 3 for 4.
Yeah, that is true. So it's like I feel like I've had this conversation with you many times, Ali.
It's almost like she's good at League of Legends.
Yeah. So,
also, Sebastian got finals MVP.
Oh, congratulations, Sebastian. Well deserved.
Yay.
So, some questions for you. What was the idea of switching strategies between game 1 and game 2? Because it seems like you guys targeted the Alistair pick. You targeted something different for Sebastian. Were those just kind of based off what you saw at game number 1?
I love.
I don't know who wants to take that.
Anybody.
You want?
I sort of can. So game 1, afterwards, we kind of realized, we were overthinking things. Like, I think our draft was fine, but it didn't really play to our comfort or our strengths. There was like Thresh Blitz. There was a lot up for Ali, but I went with Tom Kench. And it just didn't really work out. So by game 2, we were like, let's just go to comfort. Ali, let's see what people want to play. Ali wanted to play Alistar. Gave her Alistar. I wanted to keep playing Jinx. Played Jinx. And we realized, oh wait, Sebastian's Alawi is up. Let's get him Alawi because Jinx Alawi is absolutely disgusting. So just going to... Basically, we just go into comfort, and also it helped taking the Alistar away.
Yeah, because in that draft, after you even picked the Alistar, you targeted Bear Senior even a little bit more by taking away the Tarek and the Braum as well. So I thought that was really strong of you guys trying to take away kind of the beefy playmakers. I think.
Let me just say, those bans were all Allie. We're just like, Allie, what do you not want to play against with the All-Star? Oh, Rom. Okay, what else do you not want to play against? Derek.
Yeah,
And
I
so
thought
we
those were
banned-
great counters
Yeah.
to that first game.
And then forced him onto the Karma, which I know he's been playing a lot of, but I think Bear Senior is really excels at tanky engage champ. Not even so much engage champs, just tanky supports. So putting him on the Karma was just I just don't think he was quite as effective.
All right.
And then
What?
obviously in the game 3, both of the comps kind of switched up, except for you guys kept the Alawi, which obviously worked out really well because there just was no answer to it.
You
What was the thoughts behind game 3's change?
ban Sebastian's Alawi.
Correct.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, like, I guess I'll take it. I guess this is kind of directed at me, so I'll kind of take it. Yeah. So we kind of realized in the first game I wasn't here, to be completely fair. So they just put me on something. It was like, hey, you're playing the Valkyrie. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I'll play another tank as I have the entire season, because it's a means to an end. I don't like playing tanks. Everyone knows that. But I mean, again, if it's a means to an end and it gets wins, then it is what it is. But then second game, I still wasn't here. Like I had to go do something, and then Rich was like, "Hey, is Alawi good into map fight?" And I go, "I mean, it rolls it, so yeah." And then he goes, "Well, what about?" And then they go, "Well, what about the Ornn?" And I'm like, "Yeah, same thing." And so they were like, "Okay, well, you're playing the Alawi." I was like, "Oh, okay, all right, cool." And then yeah, like honestly speaking, the Alawi isn't exactly meta defining as much as I would want it to. Like I can't go into solo queue and like carry with it. It's only good in the 5v5 format. And it's also really due to the fact that every single top laner in this league, except for I can maybe count like 2 or 3 top laners, just play nothing but tanks. And so it just boils down to the point where like Alawi thrives in a tank meta and thrives whenever you have a team behind you. So when you put both of those things together, I mean, you saw what happened. And that's why it was banned for me the entire split. I mean, you know, I know the champion, I know the limitations, and I was able to really showcase that. People just need to learn how to play against Alawi. Hard, like pick up kite comp, and you know, just roll with it. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to like play it at least one game this series. I was happy game 2, and then game 3 was like, there's no world where they don't ban the Alawi, and then they didn't ban the Alawi. And then they didn't ban the Alawi, so I was like, I don't think they have an answer for it, so we just picked it up again, and yeah, same old story.
And if I may, I mean, a throwback all the way to the player draft, but like, I drafted this team because I wanted a 7 Deadly Sins throwback, and game 2 it's like, well, if the team's a throwback, let's make the picks a throwback. Pick Jinx Alawi because that's all we ran season 1, and also like, it's finals. Let's have fun. Like, what's this tournament if we're not having any fun? And Sebastian hasn't really had fun all split because he's only played tanks. Sorry, dude.
I love you, Sebastian.
It's all good.
Dude, Sebastian's so selfless as a player. I love it.
I try to be. But yeah, so that's kind of everything that happened. Also, we took a look at Kingston's pool because, of course, we did research like any other good team.
Hi.
But yeah, we did the research, and you know, he didn't have anything. Like there was nothing in that champ pool that he had that I was scared to like pick the Alawi against. So at that point, it just kind of became a no-brainer.
Yeah. To be fair to Kingston, I think he's not actually a top laner, so he got
Right.
kind of filled into it. But so moving forward, are you gonna try and take this momentum into the next split? You're probably all gonna be on different teams, obviously, but still, this sort of experience should help. Is that something you would all agree with?
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with it. I'm a support main who got thrown in the jungle, and it's so cool now that I understand jungle timer so much that I can just be like, I think third game I was like, I think Warwick's below mid, and like not 2 seconds later Warwick showed up below mid, and I could have not done that prior to this season.
No, so I know I'm looking forward to our next split. Next thing up for PMA LCS is the Clash Mode tournaments. We're gonna submit, I think, 4 teams, correct?
I think so.
I think 4 teams. Casting will be following those. Those of you who are on teams, how are you feeling about those? Do you know the teams?
I
First and
don't.
foremost?
I signed up for it, but I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna be able to play because I've got to work Friday
Ooh.
until 8:30 Central Time. Like, so I could potentially play the second game, but
You can do subs, from what I remember reading, but there's also 2 start times. There's a 5 o'clock start time Pacific time, which would be 8 o'clock start Eastern, or a 8 o'clock time Pacific Standard Time, which was 11 o'clock Eastern time. So there's 2 start times actually. The first like 2 waves of tournaments, I should say. So if you get your rest of your group, you might be able to enter the late tournament, which would help with casting because then I could cast all of them. Ta-da!
yay.
But let me look it up real quick. I know I saw it somewhere here. Without further ado, the teams are as follows: General Dill, Menbung, Sivan, Bear Jr., and Violet Sociocat. That will probably be our tier 1 group or tier 2 group. That's followed by Gurk 7, Super Kami Guru Now, Panic at the Top Hat, StarCraft, and New Kappa Turk. So there you are, Tyler. You are in group 2. Big Dick Jimmy, Labyrinth 1898, Rob, Juice Me Mommy, and Zorpox. That's group 3. And then Stock Dahlias, Kingston HyperX, Bobby Flay, Ult Instinct Goku, and Boris TSLV will be rounding out our 4th team. So those will be the teams we'll be following tomorrow/later. Yep. Any final comments?
It's been fun and real.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
I think I think this is the first time I beat Greg in lane.
well there.
I'm kind of excited about that, but
Spicy, baby.
like I've always done decent against him, but he always won lane.
All right. Well, we're gonna call that good for tonight's cast. Thank you all for tuning in. My name is Fleeing Panda. I was your host and caster tonight, along with Opie.
We won it!
And congratulations
We did
to
it, Lang.
7 lively sins on a well-played tournament. And again, congratulations to not our president for another well-played tournament, but 7 lively sins, you're champions. Anyways, good night. We'll see y'all later. Don't forget, if you're new to the broadcast, to like, follow, subscribe. We have a Facebook page. Follow us on Facebook or like us on Facebook. Follow our channel on Twitch if you want more of our content. As ever, if you subscribe to our channel, we greatly appreciate it. Half of it will go to the Phi Mu Alpha LCS, and the other half will go to the Symphonian Education Foundation. Phi Mu Alpha Symphonia is a men's music fraternity with the goal of spreading music across America. Again, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed all of our stuff, and we'll be back tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. Pacific time for the Clash tournaments. See you then.